Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Nightmares Podcast. I am here with a very special episode. We have Mark Conway and a special guest, Vinny. I will let these two introduce themselves, even though I have already introduced them. Mark, stop laughing, you giggling little schoolgirl.
Oh, shut up. You giggle just as much as I do. What's up? What's going on, everybody? It's Mark Conway, co-creator of Living Nightmares, and of course, executive producer. And I do have a dear friend, fellow actor. My man I've known for about a decade, Mr. Vinny Prisco. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Well, you heard them. I'm Vinny Prisco, or Vinny Vincent Prisco.
That is exactly what I said.
Well, I'm Vincent Prisco. Everybody calls me Vinny, so that's what you're going to hear them say.
No, absolutely. So
it is.
It's our usual format this evening, obviously with our special guest here, and then we'll obviously give you any plug for any projects you may be working on right now at the very end. So
one thing though, we are missing somebody.
Of course.
Our dear other EP, the Rakowski. He flew off to LA because he's a jerk and he's taking this awesome class, meeting a whole bunch of people and doing cool stuff while we're here stuck in Chicago doing all the heavy lifting.
He got personally invited by Steven Spielberg, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Not exactly.
I think they're in a bit of a rivalry right now because of Watergate, but that's neither here nor there.
Ooh, too soon? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Anyway,
so going on back. So obviously we did have a really big thing in horror movie news this week. I know I'm excited about it. It Chapter 2 trailer was dropped. I fucking loved it. I'm super excited. And actually, you know what? I prefer this format of trailer where they show you a sample scene from the movie and then they have a smaller version of the trailer. I think it's a little bit more effective. The scene that they showed you was creepy, but the cool part of it is it didn't really give you anything on the plot.
It didn't give too much away, did it?
No, it didn't.
It was done very well, and originally Godzilla was my most look forward to movie this year just because I hadn't seen anything for it, but as soon as I saw this trailer, I'm like, oh my god!
Plus, it was just like, you got Jessica Chastain, you got James McAvoy. I don't know, like, that guy is just kicking you-know-what every time I watch him on screen. And
you can fully say it, by the way. We don't care about swearing.
Jessica Chastain's just nice to look at.
And then also...
She's the best-looking redhead in cinematic history.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, definitely up there. And then also Bill Hader as well.
Bill Hader's in there. You might have a few other appearances, so I'm really
Either way, you have a phenomenal cast for a horror movie, which is just phenomenal.
We're winning a lot more lately in the horror genre, I gotta say. Maybe, especially with with it doing so well as it did, and then also Get Out and Us is moving.
It's such a breath of fresh air to see horror finally, being taken a little bit more seriously.
And that was a conversation that I had with you years ago about that. Like, it's, you can take this genre really, really far when you have an excellent script, an excellent director, excellent rock star cast. You can do a lot with that.
Oh, absolutely. It's been done before.
Yeah.
Totally.
No. So, all right. So, unfortunately, all other news wasn't really all that important. Besides that, I didn't see any. Gentlemen, did you see anything else exciting in horror movie news this week?
Well, not horror movie, but Friday the 13th, the game was fucked up even more. So,
really?
That's just not cool.
Because, patching out a simple glitch where people can exploit the game, that's just too much to ask for, right? Also, let's break dedicated servers for an entire console. Thank you!
Are you sure, was it EA that did that?
No, it was Gun Media.
Oh, okay.
I wish I knew more about games and this stuff.
But EA is the devil. Like, that's all you need to know.
EA is the one company that fucks up and they goes, alright, so we fucked up this bad. How can we fuck up even more?
Yeah, let's keep doing that. Even though everybody hates it, let's keep doing it.
We are losing money. But you know what? Let's keep doing that.
I'm still holding out for EA to put out that Tiger Woods game where you play as Tiger Woods and you try to, clean up your wrongdoings. Still waiting for that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Tiger Woods PGA Tour. I don't know.
Tiger Woods PGA clean-up detail.
Clean-up detail. Yeah, that would be great.
PGA avoid divorce.
I wonder if he would. I wonder if he would actually endorse that.
I would buy it. That'd be funny
At
as
this
hell.
rate, yeah.
Well, I mean, he may have endorsed it at one point when he didn't have any money, but who knows?
That whole debacle's passed over. He's making money in golf again, from my understanding.
So horror.
So back to that. We go on a lot of tangents.
I was going to say, this is the horror podcast that sometimes talks about horror.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good tagline.
Yeah, no, we break off a lot. We should start saying that at the beginning of our podcast.
Oh yeah, we're bound to go in different directions because we're fans of so much stuff. So
yeah.
So all right. So we're gonna dive real into our category for today, which is actually funny enough. We were talking about this in the last podcast. How comedy and horror are very similarly structured. They have the same beats. They have the same ebb and flow of what they do. It's a setup and then a payoff, and it's how it's structured is very similar. And sometimes those two genres get together and they make something awesome. So we're going to talk about horror comedy or horror satire. I have a movie I'm definitely going to want to talk about. No, Vinny's going to definitely has a movie he wants to talk about, and I'm sure Zach has something as well. I am going to let our illustrious guest go first, so he can talk about his favorite. And I can't wait. Yeah. You're the guest, brother.
All right. Well, I do want to start off. I know there is one that you're thinking of. However, I do want to start off with probably one of the first finest examples. If you really want to see a true amazing example of comedy horror, and it's almost like the one that started it all. Look up and watch Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Yes,
it is.
Yes.
You get like a triple dosage in it. You get
much good stuff.
You get all the classic Universal like Frankenstein. Wolfman was in it.
Wolfman was even in it, and Dracula. Dracula was in that. See, they did the Mummy later. The Mummy's fun. Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy's fun, but it's a little hokier and
all three of them weren't in that one. I could have swore all three of them were in.
Yeah, you had Dracula, Frankenstein, and Wolfman. And
okay. They did the Invisible Man in a separate.
They did the Invisible Man, and they even did a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with Boris Karloff.
See,
how do I not know about that?
The only one I ever saw was Abbott and Costello Meet the Monsters. So that was Wolfman, Dracula, and Frankenstein. Okay, yeah. Great movie.
And the only one I saw though too was the Invisible Man and the one where they're in a haunted house. Which I love.
That's Hold That Ghost.
Hold That Ghost
is the name of that movie.
Oh my God, my favorite line I still remember.
Also a really good kind of horror comedy.
Great. And
Abbott and Costello again.
There's a great line in there and everything else when they're talking about a candle. The candle keeps moving and everything else. And there's two candles, and one of them moves over on the left side, and then he's looking at this candle, and he starts freaking out, and there's a lady next to him, and she's like, it's like, watch that candle, and everything else. Keep your eye on that candle, it's gonna move. And then the candle on the right starts to move. And then by the end of it, I love the line he says, he's like, keep one eye on that candle, one eye on that candle, and one eye on me.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this?
She's like,
you know what's hilarious too is that candle gag, like many of their gags, actually got recycled and retooled in another movie or a couple movies. That candle gag reappeared, or a version of it reappeared in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
That's awesome.
Dracula Bela Lugosi is in his coffin, and there is a candle that they have sat in its holder on top of the coffin, and of course, Bud Abbott walks away because he's the straight man and nothing happens to him, and Lou Costello is standing there waiting around in this creepy wax museum where the real Dracula is laying in his coffin, and they think it's a wax dummy, and the lid, he starts pushing the lid up, and you hear the noise of the lid, and Lou is standing right there, doesn't have the balls to turn around, but he starts looking and noticing the candle moving. And it keeps doing that. And so he calls Bud Abbott back over, who goes by the name of Chick in that.
Oh my God.
And then he says it. Chick.
Oh my God, the Invisible Man though. The Invisible Man's a boxer in that movie.
Yeah, he is a boxer.
And he's doing the speed Abbott's doing the speed bag and everything else, and he starts doing it with his head.
And he blows on it at one point.
He blows on it to make it. Yeah. There's just, oh my god, there's so many. I miss Abbott and Costello. I really do. Like,
yeah,
they so
those are.
I mean, not that they were ever in our lifetime.
I know, but I mean, like, we used to rent those from Blockbuster.
Same.
Like, you know what I mean? I mean,
dude, my grandmother owned most of their movies, and me and her used to sit down and watch. Like, I fucking love those goddamn movies.
I went apeshit probably about. Actually, a long time ago now, and bought like practically all the movies they had of them in those box set franchise collection sets. So at this rate, I have all of them on DVD in some form.
That's fucking fantastic.
It's fun. You can still get them. I think you can get them on Blu-ray in special collections now, and they're really actually inexpensive. So.
Nice.
If you are
Amazon and eBay are great resources to buy old collector's items.
If you are looking for them,
for any of our younger viewers and everything else, I know that these movies are in black and white. They are truly amazing, and they're fucking hilarious.
Look, I'm just gonna say, just because it's in black and white doesn't mean
doesn't mean shit.
No,
yeah.
There's a bunch of great classics from like the 40s, 50s, and all that are timeless.
Totally.
You know, well, dude. I mean, dude, we can talk about the whole. We can talk about Casablanca and talk about From Here to Eternity, and just so many.
Those are just some of the essentials.
The original Twilight Zone.
The original Twilight Zone.
A good chunk of those episodes hold up better than most movies and shows today.
And also way beyond their time, dude. The stuff that they were talking about in that show was just way beyond their fucking time. I mean, and also the original Dracula.
With Bela Lugosi.
I mean, like
the 31 film. Yeah.
And also all of Vincent Price's movies as well.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Those have a little bit of they have a little bit of campiness in them, but it's not like overkill campy in the Vincent Price. Like something about it plays to the atmosphere.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And they're filmed in that vibrant 1960s Technicolor that just. Especially the Poe ones that he did with Roger Corman.
Oh, absolutely. Please watch those movies. I think we're all in agreement that those are absolutely fantastic.
I know everybody likes to praise the Three Stooges. No, Abbott and Costello, much better.
Dude, Abbott and Costello, who's on first beats anything the Three Stooges have ever done and everything else. Like, that fucking sketch by itself.
I love Abbott and Costello. I don't know. It's almost an even tie for me. I really love both of those.
You do love
sets.
I tried getting into the Three Stooges. I just couldn't. Abbott and Costello was so much funnier in my opinion.
And they've always been more funnier in my opinion as well.
They're extremely clever.
Yeah. I think there was a lot more intelligence with Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
And everything else, and some of the wordplay that was going on.
Oh yeah.
Just as much as the gags and everything else. I mean, similar. All right, I'm going to say one more movie. One more Abbott and Costello movie. It's where they're up in a cabin and everything else, a ski cabin, and they're pretending to be a piano player and everything else. And
is that Hit the Ice?
It's Hit the Ice, yeah. And he's trying to impress some girl and everything else, and they come up with a scheme and everything else that every time he's going to pretend to play the piano, Abbott is gonna play the record and everything else, and he would play the record. And he says, every time I say that, all right, you stop the record. But he ends up falling asleep behind the piano.
Oh God!
so he plays it and everything else, and then he'll say, "All right," and then I'll walk away, and then still be playing the music. All right. And then he'll stay all right and start to play, and then the music won't come on.
Too funny, yeah.
And then they end the sketch with her in Lou's face, and he's like, "You were such a bad man," and everything else, and she runs him all the way out to the edge of the pool. And then he turns to the camera and he's like, "You thought I was gonna fall in, didn't you?" and then I think she kisses him or something, and he goes, "Woo!" and then falls.
And then he does fall.
And then falls in the pool.
As we all would. Right?
But of course, I'm definitely in full agreement about that. But there is a movie that I want Vinny to talk about. That is a little bit of satire, unless Vinny has more to talk about with Evan.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, Mark, this one for me, I don't know why it's so funny. It is dark, it is twisted, it is frightening in its moments, but it's brilliant in its satire and what they were trying to target. And this was, of course, 1980s New York, Wall Street, yuppie society, which means all you fans listening know exactly what movie this is, and of course, it's American Psycho.
And here we go.
And
hang on, I need to go get Huey Lewis in the news.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that it's weird because that is not the comedy in that film. If it's even, I question if it's actually meant to be there sometimes.
You know what? It's perfect satire.
I guess
it's perfect satire. Like and that's why I said horror comedy, horror satire. It's definitely horror satire at its finest and best. And actually, Vinny, with the exception of franchises and other things like this movie and Fight Club, you and I have talked more about than any other singular movie I can think of.
Really? We talked about Fight Club too?
We talked about Fight Club, but this...
I think we've talked more about this.
We've talked way more about this, and this is probably the singular movie that we've talked more about
than any other film.
Any other movie.
Maybe a Pacino or De Niro movie will kind of get close to that, but yeah.
Well,
it's the inside jokes, and I mean, part of the joke you have to realize, I think between us two, is that I used to imitate him, and I used to have his hair just like that.
Oh, yeah.
And when I had the long hair like that, everybody would yammer about how much I look like him.
He actually showed up to an...
I was going to say, I can see it.
He actually showed up to an 80s party dressed as Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, I thought...
Did you start handing out your business card and freaking out?
I wish I would have, because the whole scene... That's a scene right there. It's like, it's supposed to be absurd, is the scene where they're
passing on the business cards.
They're comparing out their business cards, and I got, he does his famous... I got a new card. And he's got I don't know, they call it something like eggshell white.
It's bone with raised lettering.
Yeah.
That was the scene that broke me my first time watching it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It is such a beautiful, if nothing else, it's a beautiful satire of how disgustingly materially obsessed this yuppie culture of these kind of people and stuff could be. And there's people like that today. There's people like that in the class. There's people like that who are like that about a lot of their personal possessions. And so a lot of the absurdity comes from actual, again, real truths and real things in there. Now, of course, some of the hilarity is just some of Christian Bale's reactions
to things,
especially before he's gonna kill somebody, when he's just standing there talking to that girl.
Spoiler alert, by the way, for anybody who hasn't seen American Psycho.
But when he's talking to the one girl he invites over to his place that you think he's actually gonna go on a date with, and I think she's his secretary, he just kind of stands there, yammering to her sort of like this, and he just kind of decides to point a nail gun to the back of her head. She doesn't even know it. He's thinking about it, but he doesn't do anything.
There's a fucking head in the freezer.
Yeah, he just has a head in the freezer. It's all played incredibly nonchalant. And then I think the one that everybody remembers so much is his famous hip to be square moment with the rain jacket.
The Huey Lewis. Do you like Huey Lewis in the news?
Yeah, and the way he plays that with Jared Leto. And it's played so matter of fact, the way he's just like, he's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think that Huey has a much more cynical sense of humor. Don't you think? He almost plays him like a deranged Jim Carrey. I don't know how else to describe the character.
That's an interesting take,
and
not
that,
far off.
And look at the way he plays that, and just. That famous part.
It's so funny, dude, because especially in the novel, which by the way is way more twisted than the actual movie.
It's so
like they keep that shit in security wrap.
They do, yeah. Some places they
put that in security wrap so people don't He'll go on for pages about an album. He'll go on for pages about an album. Like Phil Collins, in one of Genesis's albums and everything else. And the next chapter will be about him brutally murdering a hooker. The whole thing is designed so all of it just blends together and is of equal importance.
If the whole book was made into a movie, how long do you think the movie would be? Or would it be better to make it into a TV show?
You probably could make it into a series. The problem is that it's so fucking gruesome. The book's details are so gruesome,
and you only see part of it.
In this day and age, then again, look at HBO and Stars and the shit that they put out. I suppose they could make it the way it is, but I don't know. It's so gratuitous and gruesome.
He Richard Gere's a few prostitutes.
Yeah, it's really messed up. The things he does with the body parts and shit. Many of these things were completely out. The movie's almost like a PG thing compared to the
version
book.
of it. He does a lot more Ed Gein shit and everything else.
Very much. Real sadistic.
Personally, it sounds like making this into a show would be fucking awesome.
At
least for me.
Dude, I mean,
I
it would
love
be
to see all that gratuitous stuff on camera.
Probably
Just
could be done.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's something funny? It always kind of drove me nuts and everything else was Bravo does a top 100 like scariest scenes of all time. I personally never understood why that last scene wasn't in it. The scene where I know it's ridiculous, but it is equally as terrifying when he has slick back hair and then fucking Nikes and a chainsaw and nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
And she's running from room to room,
Sure.
and she's seeing all the fucking dead bodies
Sure.
in each room and everything else, and slipping on people's guts on the way out. And he just jumps in out of fucking nowhere with Nikes and slick back hair and a fucking chainsaw.
Yeah, but see,
like, hey, how are ya?
That's the kind of shit. It's scary, but it's also funny. Like, especially when you see that ass running down the hallway.
It's like a fucking
blood, a chainsaw. What, like,
you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You don't know whether to laugh or cry or be, or you don't know what emotion.
It's fucking
to
disgusting.
What the fuck is going on?
Scary and hilarious all at the same time, and something too just about again his mannerism and the way he just responds, the way he yells in it, like the way he yells after he drops the chainsaw on the girl and it hits her, and he just does like yell down the,
You go, what
down
the
the stairs.
Why? What in the actual
but
fuck?
It's such a great characterization,
Dude, and also
it's level to who this is.
Dude.
And that's a very, very, very disturbing composite figure, image of a person. I mean,
very. And then and also and surprisingly, who's also in the movie too, and also a couple great performances in there too. Besides Christian Bale, you have and a great cast. You have Jared Leto in there, and you also have Willem Dafoe in there.
Little Willem Dafoe,
and you also have a younger Reese Witherspoon who plays his fiance.
The breakup scene is probably another one of those. It is so. It's not even scary. It is just so sad, and his reaction to her, I think, it is so heartbreaking because of how cold and just uncaring he is to her. Yet it's fucking hilarious at the same time. What does he say? He says, "I've addressed the situation and I'm handling it."
It's like, well, obviously, Linda, you're not all that important to me.
Yeah. He says, "You're not Evelyn. You're not terribly important."
But she was.
I mean, it's so like.
But she was also fucking nuts too, because
she is
like the definition of 80s greed. She showed up with a fucking mini pig as her pet.
Right, she's
at a party.
She's a total nut job and it's absorbed into the society and the way of living. But she still must have some sort of soul or feelings or something. And I mean, she breaks down and cries in such a realistic. I don't know. I think it's very realistic. And what's one of the things also that cracks me up, and this is something another friend and I always laugh about. And this is I think when you're in any kind of a bad breakup or any kind of thing, she says something, if you have the same friend, she says something to him well, breaking up, that's not going to work because your friends are my friends and they just won't have that. He goes, yeah, listen, I've thought about that and you can have them. You can have them. And it's just so what?
Dude, where are you going, Patrick? I have to return some videotapes.
Oh my god!
Dude, how many times during college? How many times we would
I have to whenever you got to do something you don't want people to know. I gotta go return some videotapes.
Even though Blockbuster's been closed for fucking 15 years. God.
Even when it was open, what a hilarious thing to say.
Dude, and we used to say it to each other all the time.
Oh,
in college.
Videotapes have been outdated for 20 years now.
Yeah. We even have that meme. Mark here was gracious and reminded me of this today. He sent me a meme of Patrick Bateman wielding his axe. And I thought it was a famous meme on the internet. He actually made it.
I made it.
And all it just says is, you don't understand. I really need to return some videotapes. So if you want a laugh and horror, but a weird laugh and just an all-out psychological thrill and a very interesting social commentary on the materialism of the yuppie lifestyle of the Reagan era and where people thought they were going, check out American Psycho. And I mean, that is really the essence, that last part's really the essence of what Bret Easton Ellis, who wrote the novel, was going for. He was living actually in that kind of life. He was living in this life he noticed that was very yuppie, very obsessed with possessions, and he wanted to get out of it, and he felt like every time he tried to stop, he couldn't. And I guess that's where he got the idea from.
So and I know Zach saw it actually recently with Brandon and myself. The funny thing is, like, I love your reaction of it, Zach, because you have a reaction towards it, but you also quote lines from it too. So you got to feel some way about it.
Okay, so when I tried watching the movie many years ago, and like I said, I got up to the whole the business card scene. It broke me. I'm like, nope, because it pissed me off. I'm just like, these people piss me off.
Oh, sure.
No, can't do it. I want to rip somebody's fucking head off, and I'm not a big Christian Bale fan either. So I'm like, nope, fuck this.
Oh,
yeah. So
breaking my heart.
For many, gee, I wonder why. But yeah, for many years I didn't go see it, and then Mark's always pushing me to see it. Brandon was kind of pushing me to see it, but Mark, he kind of like forced me to get down my throat. He's always making references, and then Brandon gets his 4K because he's a 4K elitist now, and so I was forced to watch it against my will. And the movie is a lot better than I originally thought, especially when you look at it from the eyes of these two, how it's a satire film. Mm-hmm. I tried taking it serious, and that is not the way to go about it.
No, that's
not.
That's a huge problem with me. I try to look at most films in a lot of serious ways, not B movies. Like, if a movie's a B movie, it's like, okay, it is what it is, but I try to... Because that's pretty much my general preference. I like darker, more serious stuff. Or if it's a slasher, it's a slasher. I love slashers. But yeah. Sure. So, yeah, I pretty much looked at it from the wrong way. And looking at it as a satire film, it's a much better film. I could watch it and enjoy it for the ridiculousness of it, what it is. But from what I'm hearing about the book, I would much rather see the book than I would...
Interesting.
Yeah, like... If it's darker, gorier, more ridiculous.
But you know what though? The one thing I will say though about the book is, yes, it is all those things, but all those other things that they're in the movie, all the satire and everything else, it's all still there too.
It's all still there.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
it's best of both worlds.
That's what Brady Snellis was trying to go for.
I mean, like the whole thing with the business cards and all that stuff. That's all still very much in there. Except the only difference is it's just more violent. That's it. That is the only difference.
You will never hear me say more violence is a bad thing.
Fair enough. Yeah, yes, the famous Wes Craven quote and everything else. More blood.
If you're gonna have more blood, do it.
More blood. Don't be stingy.
Yes.
Zach, do you have a horror comedy?
So you already said Abbott and Costello Meet the Monsters, but for me, the best horror comedy movie in existence is Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
Okay.
I never would have normally allowed that, but I'm going to allow that. That's an interesting one.
It's a great movie. I still find that movie absolutely hilarious to this day.
It's so widely known too. It's everybody recognizes it.
I mean, that's funny though. That's almost like it's almost not a horror movie. It's almost just a straight up comedy.
But it has, it
has all the elements of it and everything else.
It kind of does. It has Frankenstein and all that. And since you guys put, Abbott and Costello in there, I'm just like...
I'll give you that. Okay. I love that movie.
I will say this. It's hard for me. When I think... This is a big problem with me when it comes to horror. When it comes to horror, if there's any comedy element to it, horror just goes out the window for me. It's a comedy. Mm-hmm. It's like, if it's not dark, gritty, serious, and, even terrifying in a way, or has some element of fear, I don't consider it horror.
I really used to feel like that, and the movie that actually really made, not to like stray away, but the movie that made me really actually see that how weird you actually could have a movie that's horror, serious, but have these really funny moments is if you've ever seen is An American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
That has some very specific moments of, really silly, kind of hilarious moments, and even some of the music in it, but then you have these straight up, just serious... dark things happening, and I mean the two main characters. Let's put it this way: that spoiler alert again. So if don't listen if you haven't seen it yet, and if you haven't seen it, you need to fucking watch it. But we got the main characters of that film are dead at the end of that movie. They end up dead. So it is. Can you label that movie a comedy or that? But it's got these comedic elements. But go ahead.
It's a funny thing with me, like. There's even some times where I think back to, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and all that. It's like, they started off as horror movies, yes, but as you go on, it's like, they're not scary at all. Mm-hmm. You're watching them kind of like you'd watch an action movie. You're watching them for the kills, the gore, the character. And, I mean, even Freddy, he became a comedy icon to a degree. He went from this serious dream killer to, kind of a Joker in a way. But in a great way. And, I love all that and stuff, but, when it comes to horror, I'm very... very picky about what I actually consider full-blown horror. Another example, Alien. I never looked at that movie as a horror movie. It just never felt that way.
First movie,
yeah,
definitely horror movie for me. Science fiction horror. Second movie, straight up action movie.
Oh, absolutely.
But you can visit our Alien podcast where we talk about it for
really
3 hours. We talked about Alien movies for 3 hours.
Oh, almost 4, but we
almost
had to
4.
cut off because we were going to like 2.
A lot of material and a lot of face huggers to cover, right?
And a heated debate, but
and that too,
yeah.
Prometheus, but that's for another day.
Yeah,
Young Frankenstein, though.
Yeah, Young Frankenstein. So as I've said before, me and my mom, we used to watch horror movies when I was a kid, and that was one of the movies she showed me, and we enjoyed the ever-living shit out of.
Oh my god, I love that fucking movie so much.
And I've never met. I don't think I could ever have met somebody who said they didn't
like it.
If you meet somebody who doesn't like it, they're soulless, and they probably
there's probably somebody out there who doesn't like it. But
their road, their castle, their werewolf. Why are you talking like that? I don't know. I thought you wanted to talk like that.
It's Frankenstein.
Oh my god. There's so many. Oh my god. And
put it on the Ritz.
Put it. Oh my. Yeah. Put it on the Ritz. That's it. Right there.
That's an iconic scene all on its own.
The and then what knockers? Let's take your doctor.
Oh yeah, that's actually probably one. I think one of the biggest things in that movie that makes me laugh is that moment.
Dude,
I don't know why the tit joke makes me laugh, but oh my god,
boobies.
Something I don't know.
Sure, it
we're
works.
immature. Who cares?
Sometimes I don't know. It's like something about the way that is delivered.
It's just perfect.
Yeah,
like,
it's perfect. But there's a lot of things in that. I mean,
there's a lot of great.
Just what's his name's performance as Igor or Igor?
Yeah.
What is his name?
They're very specific on the names.
Oh my god.
That actor who played him. That's what's his name?
Oh, I know. You know what I'm talking about. Somebody Google it.
Yeah.
But
I knew. Damn it! I knew his name. I'm so mad at myself.
But some of those lines. I'm a pretty good surgeon. I could probably help you with that hump. What hump?
What hump? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Put the candle back.
Oh yeah, I remember it now. I met Marty Feldman.
Oh, Marty Feldman. Yeah,
Marty Feldman. Played Igor or Igor in that one, and he appeared in a few other Mel Brooks movies. He was in Silent Movie. He was in. Is he in another one with him?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's in a few of them.
I remember.
He had all the best lines of the whole fucking movie. Like, hands down. The just everything. Where'd you get that brain? I don't know. Some girls. Abby what? Abby normal.
Abnormal.
And that's just Mel Brooks though. That's just Mel Brooks being a genius.
Oh yeah.
That is a movie that holds up very well even by today's standards.
Oh my god, it's still funny as hell.
And it's got the musical now based upon it, which I've never seen actually.
I was gonna say I'm hearing a lot about musicals that are based off great movies that I love.
I wonder if it's even good in comparison to the original film.
Oh god, no, I'm sure not.
That is not.
Overall,
it's probably fun, but it just probably doesn't. I mean, you just can't.
It's a fun time.
You can't replace some of those actors too.
No, God, no, dude, you can't, dude. There's no way. There's no way that can get done.
Marty Feldman, Madeline Kahn, who played Frau Blucher?
That's
funny.
Laura Schleichman.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
That's funny as shit.
Oh my god, she was just so fucking funny.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
Oh god.
Doesn't she reveal she was his granddad's girlfriend?
Yeah, something like that. Just random shit.
The mistress or something was going on there. Yeah.
One of my favorite things that's not a line set is when the blind man is trying to give him the soup and he pours it into his lap. Is it too hot?
And of course, I never even realized for the longest time. You remember who that blind man is, don't you?
I don't.
It was Gene Hackman.
Oh my! What?
Wow. Gene Hackman.
Really?
I believe it is.
Get the hell out of here!
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Another thing about that movie that I wonder if people realize this, especially the younger generations, again, even like us, is the atmosphere of that movie. The black and white, the mist and everything, and I always wondered, do people realize why it was made like that? Do people understand that? Because it's supposed to mimic the
original Frankenstein.
The original Universal horror movie.
And that's the reason why they had that scene with the little girl in the well and everything else. Especially when she's
Again, it's a pretty much a whole parody off the original Frankenstein.
pretty much.
Yeah, and it's a damn good one, and one of the best parodies ever made.
It almost reminds
It's got elements of the Bride of Frankenstein in it
Yes,
too,
it does.
like the blind man and the.
Yes. And when the girls throwing the pennies in there, and they're all done.
And that's another thing. Also, is actually go back if you haven't and look at the original, The Bride of Frankenstein with Boris Karloff, and all them again. There is a undeniable amount of little bits of comedy in that.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's so weird. It what's his name? James Whale, who made the movie, knew how to play upon that weird. Just that creepy weirdness, but it ends up being hilarious, especially the character Dr. Pretorius in it, and there is just some really bizarre things in that, and it's hard to even explain. I would say you got to almost watch it to see it, but
no, I got you.
Especially if you appreciate Young Frankenstein, see those original ones.
Of course, that's actually pretty awesome that we went like to the classics and everything else. Like this is. It's actually pretty cool.
When it comes to horror comedies, they're some of the best.
No, I hear you on that. I hear you. Mine's a little newer. It's actually a movie that I find endlessly hilarious, but it doesn't sleep on the horror at all. There's actually a couple scenes in it that are rather graphic, and everything else, but they do hold up in the comedy. It's Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Shaun of the Dead, man.
Fair.
And that is the perfect blend of horror and comedy. In the one scene in particular and everything else, I would put a spoiler alert on all this shit, but the one scene where
they're listening to this podcast, they should just expect spoilers at this
pretty
point.
much.
Kill Phil. Sorry, Phil. That's probably one of my favorite.
Yeah. With the guy with the glasses and everything else in their group, when he gets dragged out of the bar and everything else, and they rip open his stomach and then they eat him from the stomach, and I'm like, oh no, this is a real fucking horror movie. Like this is a legit fucking horror movie. Like they don't sleep on that at all. But oh my god, it's fun when they're outside and they're going through the fucking records to throw at the zombie. It's just Batman soundtrack. Throw it.
Yeah.
It's the Beatles. Give me the White Album. and all the other shit. And then, and when they're right outside the bar trying to get in, and he fucking answers his cell phone randomly. Like, hey, what's going on, mate? And like, yeah, everything's fine. I got time to talk. It's just perfect blend of comedy, and it's just about they just do it so well, and it blends so well, and it's the one example that one didn't sacrifice for the other. At least in my opinion. The comedy didn't sacrifice the horror, and the horror didn't sacrifice the comedy. And I think that's the one shining example where I have to disagree with you, Zach, that they can be blended together and everything else.
I disagree, but that's just a personal preference.
No, and that's okay, man. That's okay.
For me, Shaun of the Dead, all those movies, they will be comedies over everything else.
No, I hear you.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But it's just some of the great great scenes, and that whole trio, and those guys that do those films.
Oh
and
my
everything
god!
Else. Hot Fuzz, and
there's some things in Hot Fuzz that almost borderline in a horror.
Well, dude, it's supposed to be a slasher movie.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I would also add in there, and actually, I remember a lot more of Hot Fuzz than I do of anything else.
That one's my favorite.
Hot Fuzz was ridiculous.
So
Stop with all this violence.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fuck off, rascal.
Did you just drop kick that old lady?
Yeah. When he high kicks her over the
Oh my god, that's amazing.
There's some amazing things.
When he's like, shame. Dude, have you ever jumped through the shooting a gun? No. Have you ever jumped through the shooting two guns? No. Have you ever jumped off a building shooting guns? No. He just goes through these fucking...
Yeah.
And he jump on the fences and everything else, like taking a little shortcut through the neighborhood.
Oh my god.
And actually, what's-his-face is great in that. Former James Bond.
Oh yeah, Timothy Dalton. He's so obvious. I love the way he plays the character. He's so obviously guilty and villainous of something.
Oh my god!
So you're just waiting, okay, well something's gonna come out about him.
Something. Oh my god! But yeah, those guys, and then also, of course, is Zombieland. Zombieland's another movie that does not sleep on the horror, but it still keeps up the comedy.
The Twinkies.
One,
dude, oh my god. I know you're in here, you delicious bastards.
That's one, unfortunately, I've only seen it once.
Same here.
I've seen it a couple times.
See it a few times because I remember.
Supposedly, there's a sequel happening sometime this year.
I certainly hope so, and I certainly hope it's good.
I was gonna say I would hope more that it's good than anything else.
That's one of those ones I'm like, is it needed?
Yeah. Like how many years ago was that? 2009.
It was a while ago.
That's like damn near. It's
10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was 10 years
if it was
ago.
2009, that's 10 years ago.
Thank God that flew by.
Yeah,
God, that's insane.
I mean, Avatar's coming back supposedly, quote unquote.
10 years later.
10 years later. Yeah.
Again, if
it's been that long,
he's been waiting on that one, but it's James Cameron, the greatest pioneer.
But yeah, dude, with fucking Bill Murray showing up and everything else, they get stoned with Bill Murray and fucking reenacting Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Bill, goddamn Murray. Like, I gotta say this and everything else. I've been watching movies since I learned how to masturbate. Not that any of those are related and everything else, but God,
how old were you?
Willie Nelson. You don't know who Willie Nelson is. No matter how you say it and everything else, I'm still not going to know who that is.
Sam, I've forgotten so many of these jokes.
Oh, there's so many good jokes. And actually, the last scene of them, shooting, doing the whole zombie fight at the very end was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I
when
remember that.
Woody Harrelson is going through all the rides and everything else.
There's something about a couple of, I don't know, it's like the things that stuck out for me with that movie, actually, oddly, are some of the more serious elements, like the reveal that you thought that Woody Harrelson, spoiler alert again, if you have not seen it, do not listen to this part, but watch the movie, it's good. One of is the reveal that Woody Harrelson...
Yeah, that wasn't his dog, that was his son.
It wasn't his dog, that was his kid.
His kid, that was
killed in that.
Fucking heartbreaking.
And then there's also just that element in the movie how you never know almost any of the characters' real names. They're all named after where they were from.
Tallahassee,
Wichita,
yeah.
Yeah, and all because it's like about this survival thing and not getting too close, and I don't know. It really kind of puts some things from a scenario like that, like an zombie apocalypse, end of the world scenario into play that.
You know what, and
they did it in a comedy, and they haven't done that in some other serious movies like that.
You know what though? That's when you know that you're not sacrificing the story and the characters for anything.
Right.
Like the comedy works when it works, the drama works when it works, the horror works when it works, and everything else. I mean, and the whole thing about like him coming up with the rules and everything else was brilliant.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish they did was more of those cutaway scenes. Like, they only did one and everything else, like Zombie Killer of the Week and everything else. Like, no, that belongs to Mitch Blanchett or whatever at the church. And she pulls a fucking lever and a piano comes down. I wish they did more of that, like more of the Family Guy shtick every once in a while. But besides that, though, it was a really, really fun movie. Bill Murray cameo made it the best. Overall, really, really fun movie. Once again, I hate fucking clowns, so they made it. They made it awesome with him killing a clown at the very end.
Yeah, you played a clown. Isn't
I know.
How ironic.
How ironic.
We both played clowns.
We did, in fact, both play
in a
clowns.
killer clown movie.
Yes, indeed. So all right, guys. Well, any other last minute thoughts on horror comedy, Vinny?
I think I got mine covered.
Yeah,
Zach,
pretty much.
Zach, all right, awesome. You know what? There's a lot of good comedy. There's a lot of good horror. And there's a lot of good comedy horror out there. So I definitely recommend watching a lot of it. Especially go back to those old Abbott and Costellos. Those are fucking dope.
Absolutely.
See where it began. Yeah.
Exactly. So all right. So and I got my question of the podcast. And this is something I was thinking about today because we have another actor here and everything else. What is a movie that you would love to see any actor in a horror movie that hasn't been in a horror movie before that you think would be really cool to see?
So wait, what actor would I want to see in a horror movie?
Yep, what actor would you want to see in a horror movie that has not been in a horror movie?
It is not, that's...
It's funny because most of these great actors get their start in horror movies.
I know, but like, even if they want to get in the second round, like, like Tom Hanks, like, he was in a horror movie, like, at his very beginning of the career, but like to see them now doing a horror movie, I would probably pick Tom Hanks.
That would be very interesting.
That would be really interesting, and I would want to see him play like an older villain, like an actual horror movie character, maybe an old guy down the street that's creepy. He's at that age where he can be the older creepy guy.
Yeah.
I would love to see him play Mr. fucking Rogers and then immediately following it play a horror movie. A serial killer or something.
That's very interesting.
Like just a total flip of what he would normally do. Playing a good, he's normally good guys. Like, or men of conflict or anything like that. Or, youthful characters that have a lot of energy and are very positive. I would love to see him flip the script and play a fucking just vile human being.
Yeah.
Just to see how far that could be taken. And I think he could pull it off. I don't know. I think it would be the story would probably be a creepy old man from down the street that's, probably accused of murder, however go and buries bodies in his basement. Sure, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Something in that kind of genre. But
So you want to make Tom Hanks the villain of Suburbs?
Yes.
Burbs.
Yes. Oh, and what the fuck? How did we miss that for horror movie comedy? That's one of the best fucking horror movie comedies ever. I totally forgot about the fucking Burbs.
Burbs, yeah.
You seen the Burbs?
Parts of it. I need to see the whole thing.
Oh my god, you need to go back. By the way, go and watch the Burbs. That is such a funny fucking movie. And
it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Dude.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Oh
That's
my
actually
God.
how I saw it like a few months ago.
I totally forgot. I totally fucking forgot about that movie. Corey Feldman's in that movie. I just love when he brings his date back to his fucking his house. It's like, I want to see a movie. Like, babe, you're about to watch a movie. Like, check this out. And like he sees it, like, and they all get fucking attacked by bees. And he's married to Carrie Fisher in the movie because
Carrie Fisher's in it.
Carrie Fisher's his wife in that movie.
Okay, so that's what she was doing around those years.
Yeah, that's what she did right after. I think she did it right after Jedi. Because I think that might have been.
You think that would line up?
I think that was the same year or a year afterwards.
Was that after Blues Brothers? Probably.
Wait, she was in Blues Brothers?
She was a crazy ex-girlfriend.
Crazy ex-girlfriend.
The one who's trying to kill
Holy shit!
She was fucking great. I loved it.
God. It's amazing how many movies she was in, but you don't think about it till you actually either go back and watch them. And you're like, wait, shit, holy shit. It's like, you'd think Carrie Fisher, you'd think Princess Leia. You don't think about any of the other great roles she was in. It always just goes back to Leia.
But yeah,
which isn't a bad thing, but still.
But yes, the answer.
Rest in peace.
Yes, indeed. But yes, to go back to your original question, then yes, I would love to see Tom Hanks play the ice pick killer from the fucking Burbs. That would be fantastic.
Okay.
How the fuck did we miss the Burbs, man? But we could talk about the Burbs for like a half an hour. Like, just go see it. It's so worth your time.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie. So quick plot synopsis. Tom Hanks lives in a suburban area. He is on like a 2-week vacation from his work in dead heat of summer, and creepy neighbors move in next door to his house, and there's a sinking suspicion that they murdered the previous neighbors that were in there. It's probably in the same kind of vein as like Beetlejuice, which is another great horror movie comedy that somehow we also slept on as well.
I like how we're thinking of all these movies after.
Yeah, after
it just goes to show you how many they are. I feel like we just chose a few of our essentials.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
keep in mind, we are not by any means naming like all of them in this thing, nor are we naming.
We couldn't.
All of the
you couldn't. There's a lot more out there. And
that's what's coming.
Horror has been around for a long time, and for those of you who are just now getting into horror because it's mainstream, supposedly.
Yeah, there's so much.
There's so much shit out there.
I love fucking Beetlejuice and everything else. You're working with a professional. Kicks over the tree. Nice fucking model.
So you would pick Tom Hanks. That's interesting. I think I have mine. Actually.
Go. Yeah, dude. But just last thought, dude. Just to see him do something completely different than he's ever done before, and I think he has the range. I think he has the range to do something interesting like that. And that actually, The Burbs was the closest he's ever been to being in a horror movie. And then also
what about the Dungeons and Dragons movie that Brandon showed us the trailer for? Was that a horror? Did you ever see that?
No, I never did.
Yeah.
No. But he was in a horror movie like way before fucking Bachelor Party, like his first movie. He was in a horror movie before that. It was some indie movie that nobody ever saw.
Oh, that's
and The Burbs, and yes, is technically a horror comedy and everything else. So I did forget about The Burbs for a second, but I would like to see him play in a straight up horror movie,
dark
serious, no comedy, no comedy involved and everything else. Horror movie. I think he'd be great. Go ahead, Vinny.
No, so you got Tom Hanks, and that's definitely an interesting really interesting idea, especially now, like especially older Tom Hanks now. And so I guess mine has to be, now this might be one that a lot of people have already, and one could say, oh, he's kind of done horror-esque movies, but he has never done a horror movie. The closest I could think is a couple dark thrillers. But this man I would choose because he's been rumored to be in a technically horror history movie for a long time, and that would be Leonardo DiCaprio. I would love to do something with that.
Well,
something very serious.
I just want to see that fucking movie. I know exactly what movie you're talking
H.H.
about.
Holmes.
H.H. Holmes.
That's
City.
in the rumor mill for 3, maybe 4 years
and
now.
I think that's what made him pop into my head. Plus, just I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see him though as like the protagonist who's dealing with the crazy person, or just see him as the madman.
I would want to see him as the madman.
Yeah,
I don't think he's ever really done that type of role before.
The closest thing was his character in Django.
Yeah,
Candyland. You know,
Yeah,
Calvin Candy was.
That was good, but I want to see him actually as a murdering fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Technically, it was in Django, and it was pretty close. He was dancing on there. He was dancing on evil.
He was evil, but he wasn't, out to just kill people for the sake
he's
of...
a little more of a believable historical base.
Yeah, he's just a racist.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then obviously he approached it a little bit in Shutter Island.
Right, and that's the one I was gonna say. It's like some people might try to claim Shutter Island, but to me, Shutter Island's completely a psychological thriller.
Yeah,
I think
No.
maybe I almost want to rephrase my question and everything, because this might be an easier one and everything else, and I think this is the way it's going. Is what actor or actress would you like to see play the actual villain of a horror movie, to actually play the killer or the not necessarily playing the hero of it, but the actual villain of it.
So well.
So that
DiCaprio I think would still be my answer.
Yeah, for Devil in the White City.
That's a good choice.
So the rumor was that the Chicago Historical Society canned the movie.
Are
you fucking kidding me?
That's why?
That's the rumor.
I haven't heard
how?
that.
Wait, how and why?
Because I think this was when the movie was being developed. We were the #1 murder capital.
Oh god damn
at
it!
the time and everything.
They
else.
allow Chirac to be released, but can
of course,
Are you fucking kidding me?
Of course.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's the reason why. Okay. And I, you know what? And actually, that might have been when we were trying to get an Olympic bid.
Huh?
I wonder because
when we were trying to get the Olympics here, I think that might
in Chicago.
Yeah,
that we lost.
How the fuck were we gonna do that?
We lost it because
we lost it to fucking Brazil.
Yeah, didn't we lose it as Robin Williams said because
we
sent Oprah Winfrey and Brazil sent a bunch of strippers and hookers and a suitcases full of blow.
Yeah.
What do you think they chose?
Oprah shaved pussy.
Yeah.
Oprah, will you? No, we're gonna go this way.
That's a story there all on its own.
But yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know that, dude. When Dalian was in his last.
Are you sure though that Devil in the White City got canned? I recall hearing about the release of that movie some while after that.
Dude, I heard about this movie like 3 years ago. That's too damn
it's
recent.
It's like it keeps appearing and then it like gets backtracked, but I don't know why.
I'm gonna appear and then disappear. But I've heard many different rumors in the movie. Again, rumors. Not that these are not factual by any means and everything else.
End of the day, it's just an epiphany.
Yeah, exactly. Or an apostrophe.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know if they really are. If the Historical Society is actually trying to block that,
that's pretty fucked up.
Shame on that.
Fucking stupid.
Because you cannot block. You should not be blocking and trying to censor history. That is garbage.
It's a fucked up moment in history, and it's the truth.
But then again, Chicago's the most corrupt city in the state of the Union. So
we're supposedly one of them.
Yeah. According to the director
you hear that,
of the
Chicago politicians, and you know who I am. So if you're gonna send your hits on me, you might as well do it now.
A bullet just flies through the window.
No,
shit, they're already here.
Yeah.
You are sitting the closest to the window.
I am.
Devil in the White City. Leo playing the Devil in the White City. We've been waiting for it. We've been waiting for it for a long fucking time, and no one's done anything about it. It's unfortunate. It sucks.
And I'm sure it would be a great fucking movie, if not his best movie.
I kind of want to see Leo with that fucking handlebar mustache, man. That huge fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to picture him as this just crazy,
the fucking bowler,
meditated, just beyond insane. Just oh my god.
Well, dude, I mean, like
you read about that man. That
dude,
is like one of the most heinous people that you could imagine.
Normal people play find the ball in the cup. He was playing find the blonde in the room.
Yeah.
He he literally had secret rooms and shit.
Yeah, he constructed the thing. It was a kill factory. I mean,
there's so much cool shit you could do with that in a movie. Dude, and then you're getting Leonardo DiCaprio as pretty much your lead.
Dude, I mean, literally, hold on. H.H. Holmes has to be the inspiration for Saul.
I don't know.
I don't know
about that. That's a good theory. I never thought
that.
Never made
loosely, because obviously Saul is all about morality, and I'm killing people to let them know how to live and all that blah 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 bullshit. But that way he constructed his house and everything else, as death is a death house and everything else.
Right.
That's very very Saul-esque.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know if they did draw some inspiration in that.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, man, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Not at all. But yeah, no, I'm definitely dig your choice, brother.
Make the damn Holmes movie, or at least put Leo in some sort of a cool role like that.
I say just do the Holmes movie. That's gold waiting to happen. Seriously, you're sitting on a fucking gold mine right there. Take advantage of it.
Not to mention that, you're talking about a movie too that was going on during the World's Fair in Chicago.
Oh my god!
And then there was a bunch of other fucked up shit going on during that time. But it was also the turn of the century. It was a huge changing period for just the world. Oh. Not just Chicago, but for the fucking world. That was only a couple of years after.
It was 1890. Was that the 1893 World's Fair?
Yeah, because it was after the Chicago fire.
What's creepy is if you think, and there's some people that theorize,
he's Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I don't actually believe he is, but.
It's a fun theory,
it is a fun theory.
I prefer to believe.
But you did have the Ripper only about 5 to 6 years earlier in 1888.
I like to think
which is really bizarre.
I like to think Jack the Ripper is the one great serial killer who got away and is left as an unknown mark on history.
I just wonder.
That's a weird thing to say, but it's like he's a legend when it comes to serial killers.
Well, the funny thing is that two fun facts about that is one, they almost caught him. They just found the body. And they missed him. They missed him by
They think they did hear that.
5 minutes.
There was an incident where couple instances, where they think they missed him by.
And also too. Yeah. He was the Zodiac before the Zodiac was the Zodiac.
Right.
Because they were the London paper was actually sending out notifications and actually a newspaper tip line, so to speak, back then of people to say, hey, we need tips and everything else because we have no idea who this is. Anybody can come forward anonymously and everything else, and we'll provide a reward. And people just like the Zodiac would send in fucking shit. They would send in creepy letters and everything else. The funny thing is that there was a letter written by a guy who said, who described a little bit of the murder and everything else in decent detail and everything else, and he wrote it in red ink, and he pretended to be blood and everything else in the ink, and then he signed it Jack the Ripper. Funny enough, about a week later, another dude who actually sent in a piece of someone's fucking liver.
Yep, the kidney.
A piece of kidney. Sent it in.
Mistaken from
and addressed it a different name. But the newspapers
that letter was called the From Hell letter.
The From Hell letter.
From Hell because there's a film, and the film, in my opinion, is somewhat It's got some neat things about it, but it is a bad adaptation of a very amazing graphic novel by Alan Moore. Mm-hmm. But From Hell. But yeah, that was the From Hell letter, and I believe all it said was. All it said was "Sign, catch me if you can." There is no name on it.
Correct. But so technically, the guy that sent in the letter pretending to be Jack the Ripper isn't actually the killer that they were after. It's just some random.
Where's the name?
It's just random psychopath that just sent in a letter to get attention. You want to know
something crazy about that? That was the letter, the one you're thinking of. There's a new show about it, and I don't remember where you can watch it. There was a new. There was a new letter. There was a new show I saw a couple of years ago, and they actually deduced and think that letter, the Jack the Ripper letter, was made by journalists for the newspaper at the time to sensationalize and sell it. So they think that the news, as they do today, the media is who gave him the name Jack the Ripper.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Which is funny, so that there's that theory. But the general consensus is that the person who wrote the letter, Jack the Ripper, isn't actually the killer.
No, not at all.
So
not at all.
that's the crazy thing.
The
about
real
this.
killer probably never even called himself Jack the Ripper.
And had no intention of doing it.
Yeah.
And everything else. Which, funny enough, I mean, he probably ran with the shit, though.
Oh, absolutely. He probably heard it. He's like, oh, that's something.
And to get back on track, that's another thing. If you're not going to do The Devil in the White City, somebody make a new, very well done, accurate movie or something about the Ripper case for a change.
I don't think anybody's ever really done that.
The only big, there were some old ones back in the 40s and the 50s. There's the famous one called The Lodger that was based on it. But the only one in recent years that's really been done on a high-scale level was the movie From Hell, but they strayed so far from the book. They got some of the history all wrong in it. It's neat, but they made it's neat for some elements, but they made some atrocious mistakes in it too.
No, I hear you on that.
What about you?
What about
who's
you?
The actor that you want to see casted in?
So, this one may be very debatable because you may consider one of his earliest and best movies to be a horror film. I consider it a good action piece. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice. Okay.
I would love to see him play a either sadistic murderer or a super serious serial killer.
Huh.
I mean, again,
he plays a robot in the Terminator. And then he becomes a hero. It's one of those things where it's like I never looked at the Terminator as a horror series.
Can you just make him, kind of like? So you want to see, can we just take?
I want Arnold to be an actual
killer.
Ironically enough, the same way I feel about Alien is the same way I feel about Terminator. I think the first movie is I don't want to say a horror movie, but thriller.
Sure.
Way more of a thriller than it is an action movie. I think it's a fantastic thriller. And actually, the only part that pisses me off is they should have cut the first 10 minutes out of that movie.
No.
Yep.
Those future scenes are great.
But but you know what? In the first movie though, it's like one flight, one thing over. They get more detailed in the second movie about the futuristic stuff. The first movie, all it is just like a few of those jets flying over, and then a small little paragraph explaining it. That's it. If they cut that out of it, they get more detailed in the second one, which I wouldn't want to take away.
Didn't we see Kyle Reese running around though in the flashbacks a bit too?
You see it in the flashbacks later on in the movies.
Yeah.
But I would have took the first part of the movie out, and that would have been even more of a thriller because you could have started out with just a serial killer running around murdering people named Sarah Connor. And then it dissolved into...
Serial killer named Sarah... What?
No, a serial killer running around killing women named Sarah Connor.
Oh, okay. You said a serial killer named Sarah Connor. I'm like, wait, what?
No, I'm sorry about that.
What movie are you talking about?
Well, that'd be interesting. But you started the movie like that, and it's just a serial killer running around murdering people named Sarah Connor and everything else. And then it dissolves...
That actually would be really strange if you didn't even know the sci-fi context of it, and that slowly got revealed.
And I think that would have been a much better...
I was going to say, if
that's almost a different movie.
I was going to say, if you're not going to start it from the future scene, start it with Arnold Schwarzenegger coming in from the future.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that shot of him looking over the city starts, cue the theme and the title sequence. Because that theme is arguably...
No, I wouldn't want to get rid of that.
I was going to say, the theme is arguably the most iconic theme next to Jaws.
I wonder what kind of killer, though, Arnold would play. If he, if he's going to play a realistic, regular, daily guy who's a killer... I'm curious.
I could see him playing a batshit insane one or a serious, creepy. At this point he's actually a pretty damn good actor. I can see him doing a lot.
Honestly, dude, and this might be a little too close to home, dude, but I think he'd be crazy good playing some type of Nazi scientist.
Oh, okay.
Somebody doing human experiments.
Why
do I'm big?
I'm from Austria.
Or playing, a guard or a torturer of that time. During World War II, being an SS officer.
SS, yeah.
I would rather see more. I want to see more from him. Maybe make it supernatural, maybe make it based in the real world where he's just, a fucking psychopath. But either way,
There's a lot there.
Yeah. Like
there's a lot there. There's a lot of interesting stuff that can happen.
Can the cop or detective or whatever fighting him that's dealing with him please be Sylvester Stallone? That would be amazing to me.
We finally get Arnold and Stallone in a film together. 2 films actually. There was Expendables, of course, which is good, and then there's the Prison Break movie.
Escape Plan.
Yeah, but I like your idea better.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
You know what? Make both Stallone.
It's fucking it's Terminator meets Copland.
No, it's Terminator meets Rambo.
Meets Rambo and Copland.
Copland, a little dash of Copland.
A little dash of Copland.
If we were ever going to get a crossover, I'd love to see Schwarzenegger Terminator versus Rambo. That would be awesome.
That would be interesting.
Rambo Last Blood, spoiler alert.
Oh my god, yeah, when that movie happens, shit.
All bets are off, yo.
All bets are off, that's right.
That's fucking fantastic.
Next fall, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, man. That'd be a really interesting thing. Like I don't know how it would be, but I'd be very interested to see what happens. Because
he's old and grizzled now, but he's still built, so there's still a lot he can do.
No, you're not wrong, dude. I mean, he could, there's something to be said about that. Mm-hmm. There really is something to be said about that.
You can even, if you want to make something ironic, make him a hunter. Take elements of Predator and Terminator, combine them into his character, and
Arnold Schwarzenegger in the remake of Deliverance. Yow! Yow! You gonna play the banjo? It's gonna be great.
Get down!
Get down! He's going to rape you.
Get down, you idiot!
I gotta fucking love it. All right. So I think that's actually a pretty good fucking list. That's a really good list right there.
We need Arnold in more movies.
Yes, I'm in agreement.
Keep him acting and keep him alive. At least until I meet him.
And then he can die.
He can't die. He's immortal. We'll just create T-800s.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is in fact a warlock. Anyway,
there you go. Arnold Schwarzenegger has the warlock. Make a movie, just call it the warlock. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm crazy. I'm a psycho. I'm gonna stab you.
I'm going to give you a tumor.
Oh God. What was your daddy and what does he do?
What was your
It was your daddy and what does he do? Kindergarten Cop. Anyway, so you know what? So all right, cool. So that's awesome. I'm gonna go and I definitely want to talk about our little production section. It's actually a really cool opportunity because we actually have a really accomplished actor. We have a very accomplished director. I would love to get both of you guys' take on what you as an actor would love to see from a director, and what you as a director would love to see from an actor. And get your kind of perspective on that, especially for all of the actors out there. What's fair? What's fair? What questions should you ask? What you shouldn't? What should you be prepared for? What you should be prepared. There's a lot of actors out there that want to advance their career. They have a dream. They want to act. But they don't have as much experience as say you or I have, and they want to learn a little bit more about that. What are some tips as you as an actor dealing with directors?
I would say one of the big things is really try to form. It's nice as an actor. It's always nice when you can really form some sort of a nice relationship with your director, no matter who you're directing with, this and that, because I think there's always something you can maybe learn from them. They might guide you, they might be able to help you out in other places, this and that. I think that's an important, and it can become a very nice collaborative thing. I mean, there's a reason why you see these famous directors bringing back a lot of same actors for a lot of these movies. We've seen that time and time again. That's always a good thing, I think, when those relationships are happening. I would say, I guess while working, every actor's thrilled. Well, I don't know. Actually, I should never say that. Every actor's different, actually. So I don't know why the hell that came out of my mouth. But many actors, I think, are thrilled, would be more fair to say, with a director who gives them a bit of freedom to build that character, whatever it is. But that doesn't... But you also want some guidance, some input from a director, definitely. If I'm going to talk about, I guess, myself, because I only know me, I really appreciate and enjoy times in working with directors who kind of have a nice even balance of that. On film, almost every director I've ever been around are they are very open. They seem to always be very open, but it's good when they do know what they're looking for, because that's going to help you know what to do in the process. It's going to guide you again along the way. And I've had a director or two, more on stage, not on film, who was just so domineering and so controlling about what the characters are, where they should be, how they should stand, when they should move, that I felt like a goddamn matte painting. And I refused to... I actually kind of refused to do that. Luckily, that was community college, and that was long ago, and it was a community college show, and I was pleased that at least people liked the performance. The director, she tried to actually, because it was a clash, it counted as a clash, she downgraded me and a couple other people, I think, to a B, just because we didn't follow her exact directions after opening. So don't be a damn ego trip, you know? Don't be a damn ego trip to your actors, but don't be an ego trip as an actor towards your director either.
What's a story that you can tell that where you had a really good experience with a director? You know, things just clicked, or you're like, you know what, that's the example that I want all my directors to shoot for.
Really, I would say an example was this film I was on, and I worked with the same director again. I hope you're still out there, by the way. Maybe if you listen to this someday. Am I allowed to say
Yeah, you can say, yeah.
This is positive after all. His name is Tim Volkner. And Tim Volkner worked for a group called Scotchworthy Productions. And Tim did a short film I did with him. It was one of the first like semi-professional, more professional film things. That was called Separate Checks. It was this little restaurant comedy. And he was just so encouraging, and he was so friendly, and it was like, and he came up, he suggested ideas. He was like, maybe this is what your character's thinking in this moment. Maybe he feels this way about it. Maybe he had the idea, but he's playing with it, and he's giving you the idea of what he's thinking you can maybe do with it, where he's picturing it, and saying, what if he did this? And it's leaving that idea to you as the actor, and you get to take that now and play with that and go, okay, me as this character, if I'm this character, how would I handle that? Nice. If I'm going to go in that direction. Nice. And it was the same thing. I worked with him on another one, and it was kind of that. So, I mean, it gives ideas. It gives ideas, I think, in the direction that he wanted it to go. But he's also very open to what that actor is going to do with it, and it's encouraging.
Nice. The I'll say my piece last, but I definitely want to hear from actor, director, then actor. Zach, where are your thoughts on that? Same kind of structure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with a lot of Vinny's points, and I think they mirror my own. I think you should try to build a relationship with your actor, even to a small degree. I will admit I don't think I've done a great job at that on the past 2 shorts we've done, but I'm working to get better at that. Like, the best actor-director experience I've had is definitely with my senior film, and that is with you and Kalika. I mean, look at where we are now. I still work with Kalika, and I work with you on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. But that was my own written piece. That was my own passion project and all that. But yeah, so I was heavily involved in every aspect of that piece. But
great.
Yeah, and then there should, I give very simple instructions. If I feel the actor needs to be nudged a certain way, I'll continue to keep pushing that direction until I feel like I've gotten the performance I like. And I guess one of the big thing is I just don't have an ego.
So he's not Stanley Kubrick, guys. That's good to know.
Yeah, I kind of more lie with James Cameron, at least when it comes to my own personal work, writing, directing, and all that. But when it comes to stuff that I'm directing for other people, I'm more easygoing, sure. And I'm definitely open to opinions and critiques and stuff. But yeah, it's like, as long as we have a mutual respect, that's the big thing. Mutual respect. If you ever feel like I'm pushing your button, let me know. I can tone things down. If you ever feel uncomfortable, please let me know. Because if you're uncomfortable, if something is wrong, then you're clearly not going to give the best performance. You're not going to do the job that you need to do. So I need to make sure you are in the best state of mind that best fits the role that you are doing at that time.
The one thing I was going to ask you though was, I know you said, your senior thesis and everything else. I would love to hear a story that you the same way I went with Vinny and everything else. What's a story that you're like, oh, that's how I want an actor to have a relationship with me, or you even observed it yourself and you said, you know what, that's how I want to handle actors from now on. That's the example right there that I want to do going forward.
I can't really think of an example. This is something that's just come naturally to me, or if there is an example, I just can't think of it. I observe others the way they direct. One of the things I do is whenever I'm on set, usually I'm kind of one of the side guys, grip, sound, or as of recently, visual effects supervisor and stuff like that. But I always observe every set I'm on carefully because I'm like, all right, what is going wrong? What can I do better on my sets?
Sure.
Especially in school, I was on a lot of sets before I did any of my own big sets, so I'm just like, don't do that, make sure that doesn't fuck up like that did. And it's just those little mental notes, and even directing notes, it's just like, okay, don't direct your actors like that, don't do that, do that seems to work, okay. And then I just kind of used Mark and Kalika as my guinea pigs, and, things ended up working out very well, and again, I got the performance out of them I needed, and they're really great friends and everything, so I got really fucking lucky.
Yeah, you certainly did. The and then one thing I actually gave you a piece of advice, and it's funny that you still use it. I stole it from Clint Eastwood. When I was watching him in Inside the Actor Studio, he's talking about being on Rawhide and how the directors would yell action in those huge boom mics and would freak the fuck out of the horses. So he never wanted to ever do that on set.
Wow.
Because he treats actors like horses. It's like, I don't want to freak you out and everything else. So what he'll do is when he's ready to set up a shot and everything else, everybody knows his signals and everything else. He'll get the shot set up and everything else. Maybe he'll have a little bit of conversation with the actor. He'll step behind the camera and he'll get the shot ready to go, and the DP already is rolling. And and he'll just sit back, just whenever you're ready.
I knew I love him. I just want him more now.
And then when he's done, when he gets what he wants and everything else, or if he needs something else, he'll say, hey, try it this way. And then when he gets what he wants, he's set for that. Moving on.
Wish I could sit and talk to him about acting. Act under him.
I mean, and the funny thing is that with the exception of like scenarios where Zach needs to call action because he's way the fuck over on the other side and everything else, he does that to this day. I love it.
Yeah.
Whatever you're
It's
ready.
a simple trick and it works very well.
Whatever you're ready.
I haven't had any problems with it. Nobody's ever brought it up as an issue. It's just like, all right, that's his thing. All right, let him do it.
And it's worked effectively. I don't think it would work for everybody, but it definitely works for you.
You know what? I like it better.
And I appreciate that you took the.
It's nicer. It's calmer, and it feels more natural to me.
And typically too, you're dealing with with a horror genre a lot of times, and that's a little bit more of an intense emotion. So there's definitely some positivity about being calm in those situations. And then I guess for me on the acting side and everything else is understanding and enthusiasm, my two biggest ones. Mm-hmm. Or sympathy and enthusiasm. Understanding and sympathy is probably the same thing. The enthusiasm and just enjoying what you're doing. Have a direction, have a purpose towards it, but be passionate about it. I enjoyed being on Zach's set because he amazingly loves horror. I'm
also probably the only director that will ever allow him to take his pants off on set.
I had nice pants. I didn't want to get blood on them. So sue me. But I actually got to watch.
See where that gets you in 2019, Mark.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just glad I didn't pop a boner in the middle of the bloody shoot.
I have control. But watching Zach cover one of the actresses in blood and fake blood and giggle like a little girl was definitely hilarious and really cool experience. Any actor out there, I encourage them to go on a horror movie set. And actually act in a horror movie. They're fucking blessed. You'll never meet a more passionate, lively, group of people. I love everybody on set. That directors are always passionate, writers, actors. I love the FX makeup people. Love them to death.
Yeah.
They're usually always big burly Viking guys
So cool.
that talk about metal music and shit. I saw Metallica back in '86. They're awesome. Fuck Dave Mustaine and shit. They're great. But the other thing is understanding and sympathy is knowing what actor you're dealing with and knowing how to customize your approach towards them and everything else. And that's also building a relationship and building respect and everything else. How a direct, say for instance, Vinny and I were in the same movie. That just any director, not even just you, Zach, but other directors that I've had in the past wouldn't treat us equally. Like, knows Vinny's process is a little different, knows my process is a little different and everything else. And how he directs Vinny may be different than how he directs me, which I appreciate. And that lets me know that you're listening about who I am as a performer and as an actor, and you respect the work that I put in to make this a good character.
Right.
I think that, two stories that, that come to mind on how to be a director was obviously Zach. The one I already told was Zach. Being passionate about the industry and everything else, and the other one was being on the set of a comedy pilot, and it was actually directed by our good friend Jeff, who was on our last podcast, and he stole a trick from one of his other directors. He talks about it in the previous podcast, but he did it. He did it to me as well. And and what he did was, for those people who didn't listen, I was doing an emotional take with a girl that I really liked. It's kind of a cutesy love scene and everything else. And he, I think he knew that he had very limited time because the sun was going down, and he did one take. And and after that, and Jeff and I are friends, and the same way I can have conversations with Zach, the same way I can have conversations with him. He pulled me aside. And he made sure none of the DP, none of the camera ops, the other actors didn't hear what he was telling me, and he told me no. Said, hey, I think he told me try something different, or do this softer, remember this and everything else. I don't remember what the specific note is, but I loved his tactic about what he did was he told me what to do without the involvement of anybody else. That note was for me, it wasn't for anybody else. And I thought that was amazingly personal, amazingly customizable, amazingly understanding.
Yeah.
You understand and respect the work that I do.
Sure, that's good.
And everything else. And it was amazingly effective. And then I went and did the scene, and it was hilarious, and you've done this to me too. You've done one take, and, the next take and everything else. We did the scene, cut, moving on. That was great. Everything else, let's keep going. Mm-hmm. He got exactly what he needed out of me and everything else. And Zach gave me a great compliment before.
I was gonna say, tell him about your audition process. First
when
time we ever met.
Just to finish it up and everything else, there was a lot of stuff that was going on in that set. But that was one thing that went really, really well, and it's something that'll stick in my head for a very long time. And if I ever get in the chair, which I hope to do, it's definitely going to be something I'm going to use because it's amazingly fucking effective. And the one big and I've gotten two great acting compliments, and one of them is from Zach, and one of them was part of my audition process. One was when I was in a Larry Project with Larry Project, which was a great show. Look it up; it's fantastic. And my dad gave me a compliment. He said, "I didn't see my son up there. My son wasn't there. He was gone. I saw whoever that character was. I did not see my son." I was like, "That's an amazing compliment." And the other one is the one that Zach gave me during the audition process. I did the scene, whatever the scene was, whatever the sides were. I did it, and it's like, yeah, Mark, we're supposed to tell you, we're taught to do, have you do it again and do it in a different way. I have no notes for you. It was fantastic. I have nothing else different for you to do. It was great.
Good.
And then we walked out.
Like I said it. When it came to those auditions for my film, it's like, you and Kaliki, you both came in and you knocked those... I knew for the moment, it's just like, all right, yeah, these are the two characters. Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely.
And it's, it's great stuff like that and everything else. It's levels of encouragement and everything else and good quality directing that, that really makes, that actor-director relationship work. So just general understanding, general passion about what you're doing is going to go 1,000 miles ahead. You know. But the biggest advice I can give for the directors out there, though, is a combination of what Zach and Vinny were saying, is give your actors direction, but give them freedom too.
Oh yeah.
Don't leave them in the middle of the desert with nothing.
You're the director. Direct.
Right.
Yeah. Don't micromanage. Direct. There's
Yeah.
a huge difference between that.
Your actor has a
Good
job.
God.
You have a job. Each person has their own job for a reason. There's a reason why you see hundreds of names on credits for feature films. It's because everybody has a job to do.
Correct.
Right.
And
So you don't have multiple jobs to do.
correct.
Right.
And we've definitely seen examples of micromanaging your actor. Star Wars prequels. Anyway,
Those movies are phenomenal. Leave them alone.
Star Wars prequel.
Yeah, micromanaging your actors.
George Lucas is a genius.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It is great.
We're gonna get the kid from an episode of Goosebumps to play Anakin Skywalker. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
No
great.
problem, Mark.
It's gonna be great. The Hugh McGregor will be the only thing that is good about this movie. Anyway.
Yeah, McGregor is great, but so is everything else.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, but
Natalie Portman,
Natalie
Portman's awesome.
A little bit of Natalie.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But yeah, no, that's all I can ask from everybody, and that's pretty simple, Zach. I mean, you're a director, direct. You're an actor, act. It's you have your own levels of turf and everything else. Respect each other, and it will go a long way.
You're there for a reason.
There for a reason and everything else. So all right, we're gonna wrap this up and everything else because I think everybody's draining out right now. Vinny and I gotta go eventually. But that being said,
Play
Vinny,
with us, Mark.
yeah. So Vinny, do you have any projects? Or are you in between projects right now?
Well, I had an audition today on projects, and hopefully we're getting this Midnight Vault series.
Oh, yes.
Potentially beefing up.
Stay tuned and everything else. Our Nightmare Studios may be teaming up with Vinny's team to bring you a Twilight Zone type of show. Definitely exciting stuff in the pipeline. We're very, very much looking forward to working with Vinny and his other writing team as well. And then obviously
We are very excited.
Vinny, do you have an Instagram, Vinny?
I do not. Maybe I should get one going.
Get one because I was going to tag you.
They
with this.
forced me to get one.
But yeah, no. So it's always great seeing y'all. Maybe Zach, any final thoughts?
Squirrels.
I figured. Vinny, any final thoughts?
Just do it, Shia LaBeouf.
There you go.
Nice. And then Giggity for me. All right, everybody, take it easy.
All right.